Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Saksham Digital Technology. Basically in this video we are going to learn about some Pandas library basics for the data science. So basically Pandas library is just used for some data analysis part. We are just reading the data and implementing some task on that particular data. So with the help of Pandas library you are just finding some insights with the data, like you just want to the minimum value of particular data of the column or row maybe. So you are just writing a code of in the language Python with the help of Pandas library. You just finding with some line of code. So just you want to use the describe function in the Python describe Pandas library. So describe function will give you like the minimum value, maximum value, and the count of the particular data, and also on the some outliers, quartiles like q1, q2, q3. What are outliers we are just learning in another videos. The outliers are 25% data, 50% data, and 75% data is existing or where. So the outlier concept is this, quartiles. In the next video we are learning about this, but in this video we are just learning about the basic of Pandas library side. What is a head function, what is a tail function, how to use this, what they will give. Start with this. So thank you. Let's do. Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Saksham Digital Technology. So basically in this video we are starting to a Pandas library in a Python. So with the help of Pandas library we are just working on the data. So we are covering the part of data science. So for that we are just first we are just using the data of Titanic. You all know about Titanic dataset. So this is our data. We have like passenger ID. We have survived, means the 01 is to be not survived, and 1 is showing the survived. In the class of the particular passenger, name of the particular passenger, and the gender, age, and these are some different types of variables in this data. So we are just reading this data. So for that we are just creating our IPYN file. So I am creating our IPYN file with name pandas. So for working on the pandas library, first we are just importing the library. So how to import this with this syntax? So import pandas. So our library is to be imported. So if you want to use this, so you just write like pandas dot any other function. So this is the code, but we are just import this library pandas as pd. So you can use pd other than pandas. So if you are just using the pandas library, so you are using just pd. So our library is to import it as pd. After this we are just reading our data, typing data. So in the df variable, data frame equal to, like using pandas library pd dot read underscore csv. Or in this with the help of this particular method, you just read the any type of like csv type of data in your python. So I'm just writing the name of our file like titanic dot csv. So our file is to be stored in the df variable. So you can see our data is to be this. If you just want to show these five values, upper values, so you just use the head function. They provide you the top five values of the particular data. If you want to show these five bottom values, so you just use a tail function. So we are just using tail. They will give you uh, bottom five values. Okay, so this is clear. The head function is to be providing the topmost five values, and the tail function is to provided you a bottom top value. If you just passing the number here, so they will give you the particular number values. If you are just passing here, so you can see they will also working same. So our head function, tail function is to be clear. After that we are just finding the type of our this variable. So we are just writing like type. So this is to be a data frame. Our data is to be read in the data frame format like this, key and dictionary. So we are just finding the types of all these variables. So for that we are just writing like df dot t types. So the passenger ID is to be integer type, survived is to be integer type, p class is to be integer, name is to be object, and these all are some objects and float value and other values. So okay, these are our different types of variables, and after that we are just finding some values like minimum value, maximum value, standard deviation, count, and the statics. We also cover this. So we are just writing a code for that. So we have describe function to find this value in just one line of code. So you can see we have like count is to be 891 because we have 891 values in the data. We also duplicate some these duplicate value or some blank value. So in the next videos we are just covering the part of like data cleaning. So for that, in that we are just duplicating these values. So all data are in the simple format. So we have mean value like passenger ID is to be mean is to be 446 because we are dividing with 2. So this is the mean value. Survived rate is to be 38 point something, and P class is to be 2 point something, and the age mean value is to be 29. Maximum values is 29. So this is our data of particular describe function. We have describing only the number values. Standard deviation is this, the minimum value like the minimum each person is to be. This is some outliers of data like 4 month baby is to be seated in the Titanic dataset. So Titanic dataset. Okay, so after that we have 25% data exist on 20 range of age, 50% is to be 28, and the 75% data is to be 38 in the range, and the maximum age is to be 80, and the maximum passenger ID is to be 891 because 1 2 3 4 we started with and the last with 891. Survived is 1, and also these are some necessary or unnecessary features finding with this. So after that we are just working on this particular data set. So we are just finding the null values in our data. So we can see we have a null values in this data. So we are just writing the code like df dot is null is providing you the null values. The false means no null values in this particular row or column. We are just finding all these data. We're just writing some of these all values. So they will give you like column wise. So in the age variable we have 177 null values. In the Kevin variable we have 687 null values, and in mark is 2. So we have all find the null values with the help of this is null function. So after that we are just finding the names of these variables, like these are names storing in the variable like column equal to like df dot. So we are storing the column names in this variable. So you can see our variable is stored like passenger ID, survived, and all variable names. So after that we are just finding the particular object type variables. So we are just writing the code. We are writing like df dot d types. Yeah, we already use d types, and in this d types we applying the condition like df dot d types is showing only the object type data. So we are just writing. So our object type data is to be name, sex, ticket, cabin, embark. These are some object type values. Other than object, we are just writing like this. So you can see these are some integer, float, and all values. So I just copy this. So our this part is to be also clear. We are just writing like the integer type values is this. These are some integer type values, and we are going to find the float type. So you just change. So these are some float values. So after that, this we are just uh, applying some conditions on that. So in the next video, we are just learning about what is the merge function, how to apply the conditions in data. So like we just want to data, like we just want to data of age is greater than 28 or maybe greater than 18. So you just applying the condition, they will give you the answer. So in the next video, we further learning about the pandas library.